Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Into the Breach. So I swapped out our old pilot for Silica. I think being able to fire twice is probably going to help a lot. I guess I should open with a reminder. This is what we're doing. We're setting 5 enemies on fire simultaneously. I think being able to act twice might allow us to get a couple of good flamethrowers or a couple of good artillery shots off. We actually don't do a lot of damage on impact with our weapons, which should make it easier to pull this off. I'm not sure that this is actually going to be very difficult. And then, once we finish this off, we're going into Hazardous mechs, and we're going to have to play basically a full game with them. But I do enjoy the Hazardous mechs. I don't think it's going to be too bad. Anyway, let's get going here. So all we have to do is let a lot of enemies spawn, intentionally don't block spawns, don't kill stuff. Honestly, let's go to RST. We can use the smoke to some degree to keep enemies from attacking. We might be able to get this pretty quickly. If we don't get it pretty quickly, obviously the things that we're most concerned about are the range upgrades on the flame mech and double shot. So those will be the sources of our, or the targets for our early reactor cores. So the Terraformer mission and the Earth Mover mission, the Terraformer mission's okay, I guess. I'm not going to try too hard to get it right here on this first mission. We'll see if we can build up a little bit of good equipment. Remember that anything that moves people is going to potentially be valuable, because we need to be able to push people into fires and stuff. This looks like a pretty easy win. I don't know, maybe I could just do it here? Maybe. I'm debating, you can probably tell. I think we want to try to develop a little bit. I don't know, maybe we could get it done really early. Because right at this point, I could uncover all the spawns. We could just push this guy somewhere where he's not harmful. Uncover all the spawns. Set as many fires as we can. Out of curiosity, will this put that fire out? Okay, yeah, because, right, of course it does, because it makes that space no longer a forest. Okay, so we have a couple of fire spaces. We have one enemy already on fire. And we have a couple of turns to get up to 4. Must you be the one who stands in the fire? Okay, so if I just completely give up on actually doing the mission. Let's see, I can get us to 3 people on fire this turn. None of those guys will burn out. Oh, 4 people on fire this turn. Okay, yeah, never mind. This is going to actually be, like, really easy. Yeah, I don't know why I thought this was going to take some effort. Obviously, we have to get one more fire going this turn, because otherwise we're going to start seeing some deaths, but I don't think it's going to be a problem. Okay, yeah, that was easy enough. Let's abandon timeline and play some Hazardous mechs. And hey look, we picked up 5 whole XP. I do like these guys a lot. So we're gonna go Silica in the Leap mech, because that seems to be very obviously both powerful and fun. And yeah, let's go. So all we have to do is make it to the end of the 4th island. We did win with these guys. We do not have to actually do the final battle, and I'm sure I won't bother. Unless it turns out that it will be really fun, I guess. So what do I think is going to be the hardest island for us? Probably... RST doesn't play particularly well to our strengths. We have a lot of ability to push stuff around. So all of these islands with water are going to be pretty useful. Yeah, I think RST might be the most difficult actual island, especially with it having the bonus health scion. So let's get this one out of the way first, before the enemies scale up terrifyingly. And it looks like it doesn't really matter too much which way we approach here. These are, like, the same mission. Alright. Kern's Folly has a more evocative name. Let's go that way. So let's see. We'll put you here, and you can fly. Alright. So, just for a little refresher, in case you don't remember, the gimmick of this team is that the Prime Mech and the Cannon Mech do damage to themselves with their attacks, but do also very good damage to enemies. And the Flying Mech here shoots acid and also has a passive that makes us heal 1 damage whenever we deal a killing blow. So, obviously, we can make some pretty good use of the environment here. So really, it's just like, we shoot you. I guess I should close up so that I'm more in the middle after all this happens. Yeah, we give this guy a little acid bath, and then jump on him, get our heal on, and these two will be consumed by the Cataclysm. They certainly made that easy for us. Now the acid is going to make it a little bit easier to deal with all the bonus health. So I'm not terribly worried. I think we're going to be just fine. We do have to be a little bit careful with the hydraulic legs here. There's a lot of spaces where it's not safe for the leap mech to jump. Let me think here. Is there a way that I can get this Hornet? Oh, yeah, that's right. The nanomech can fly. So we can just do this. It'll heal me. Yeah, this is fine. Do this, it'll heal me for 1, so I won't die to that. And then we can get a hop off on this guy. Okay. Yeah, this is pretty much just about building ourselves a really cool team. There's a whole bunch of neat weapons and various equipables that we've seen that we haven't made good use of yet. I'm pretty excited about the prospect of doing some more exploring here. Okay, so this guy's already dead. I should probably move you out of the way and just have you heal. Actually, will this'll gain him 2 health, though, won't it? Yeah, so then he can just block that spawn safely. You're already dead. You just do this over here, and we're good. Oh, except that this means that we don't get our... Oh, no, that's right. Sorry. There's a turn left. We all get to play a point of repair here. Yeah, I almost just was thoughtless enough to throw away our perfect island on the first mission. You know, it's not, listen, it's not an omen. It's a warning. A warning that I will heed. ASB, pay a little bit more attention, would you? Yes. Yes, I will. Okay, defend the train. I don't love kill 7 enemies while destroying 2 mountains. This is something that sometimes requires a little bit more gear than we currently have. Let's set up like this. I don't really know how the leap works. I think they can just leap. Yeah, it seems like they can leap to anywhere within... Like, they don't have to be in the right column or row. So let's see here. A leap over here solves some of our problems. I really wish that I could have the tank stand here and fire, because it's some pretty good damage, but unfortunately, doing that means that the train would ram into him. I think I'm going to go here. We're going to hit this guy with the acid. And this hop deals with that. And then we could kill this guy. It's obviously not totally ideal. I don't want to push him into the building either, so I guess what we're going to do instead is just kind of be in the center of the map. Now, you know what, he's central enough as it is. I don't actually want to stop on the tracks, because then I could get webbed, it could be very awkward. Okay, that's easily enough dealt with. Ooh. This spot being a spawner does make things a little bit awkward. It's fine. I'm at full health. I'll be okay. Alright, so he can block that. You can just do away with this guy. So remember, the goal here is to get to the end of the 4th island without any of our pilots being dead at the end of a mission. Without any of our mechs being destroyed. More precisely. At the end of a mission. So I do have to be a little bit careful. We should probably prioritize the extra healing, the level up of this passive, fairly highly. So let's give you a little push. And you can just step out of the way and repair yourself if it'll make you feel better. Yeah, Silica being able to repair and then leap, or leap twice, or leap and then do some other kind of cool thing that we pick up is probably going to be very powerful. I don't know that anything will be quite as good as that spear we had last time, but we can certainly hope. Alright. Oh, the Suncatcher Array is the Terraformer mission. I love the Terraformer mission. I don't know if I've made that clear enough times. So we're going to put ourselves in positions that invite the Vec to come right up next to us, and thus be exactly in Terraformer range. Yep, like that. Perfect example. That's inconvenient. Okay, but we get 2 of them pretty easily with this. How do I want to deal with this? So I could just jump to here, right? Pushes this guy out to here, which unfortunately is not safe. I think what I'm going to do is move the nanomech here, so that we do get the kill on the Scion. Because getting the kill on the Scion means that we can also get the kill on this guy. Then you can just repair yourself. If I had used the, if I had sprayed the Scion with acid first, it would have moved him into a position where our jump was all screwed up. I think this was the right option. Let's go ahead and do that. And a little bit of this. I guess we're not really pulling in the XP as quickly as we could be, but you know what? We're doing fine on experience. That's really inconvenient. Because we don't have any attacks that don't also push. So yeah, that guy is going into a building no matter how we do this. Very inconvenient. let's see. I think we'll fire the Terraformer. I guess it doesn't really matter which way we do it. We leave 3 spawns available no matter what, huh? Except I can't actually cover this. And I have to move off of here too. Alright, so you stay where you are. Repair. You go ahead and take your shot. Sucks, but we had no other way of damaging that thing. All right. Well, we only get one of them for free. So we can stand here, bounce these guys off of each other. Then you just need to get out of the way. Alright, easy enough. This was awkward. We really need a weapon that kills without pushing. Or some kind of way to pull stuff without dealing damage, or, you know. Just a very awkward position for us. Okay, plus 2 mech HP, not a bad pull. So we could do Lightning Point or the Scrapyard. I think we probably have a better chance at succeeding at Lightning Point. 7 enemies in 2 mountains is just a lot of destruction. And we don't really have good good multi-attacks or anything. Can be tricky. This one can also be tricky, because we have a little bit of difficulty controlling sort of the spray of damage. Just kind of do damage all over the place to everything. Let's see. So you can actually get a kill pretty easily by bouncing that guy off the mountain. Yeah, all right. We're not in very bad shape here. This should be easy enough. So I don't actually kill you. Well, nothing for it. May as well grab this. You know, it's nice to have 2 extra HP. I was kind of hoping we were going to get more non-alpha leapers there. This is actually very doable, though. This will be a kill because of the mountain push. This will similarly be a kill because of the... Oh, no, it will not. That's right, his jump doesn't do 2 damage yet. Well, we can... Okay, we can push this Renfield bomb out of the way at least. Here, let me do the jump first. Get some damage on this guy. And then do this, so then I'm not slamming it into the guy here. I guess that leaves that building open? Yeah, you know what? We'll be fine. I need to be a little bit more careful, but I'm not too concerned about losing 1 power when we're pretty close to the top of the bar on the first island. Okay. So this is a real situation. Okay, if we push it down, we can save it, right? So, like, if I go here, that jump will be lethal and will heal me. This guy has to move first. Yeah. We are actually extremely healthy. Because I just got plus 2 HP on level up, which is nice. So we move this, and that's cool, and then... This is actually pretty awkward. Now you only have 3 move. So there isn't actually a way I could have done this without taking any more damage, is there? Because the unstable mech all the way here in the corner couldn't have gotten to a position to deal with this guy, and obviously can't be the one to move the bomb because he has no way of moving stuff without blowing it up. So I think we're just going to take another damage here. It sucks, but it does kill 2 enemies. Listen, it's all setup time. Also, if you tempt the die roll often enough, eventually it will come up in your favor, right? That's how probability works. Alright, we have a lot of enemies at very low health levels, and then also this guy. So I guess not a lot of enemies. This should be pretty solvable, I think. Actually, maybe not. How do we deal with you? I'm thinking we can't actually interact with all the enemies here. Alright, if we push this thing to here with the nanomech, we save the bombs, but this gets hit. We can kill this guy pretty easily. The leap mech can't interact with this guy because he'd have to land here or here to do it, and either one of those kills this bomb. So you have to be pushed. You have to be pushed into a mountain. And you have to be pushed. And you have to be pushed in such a way that it's no longer possible to hit this guy while standing here. So we can't double up on removing enemies in that way. I could... Boy, what could I do? So we could push this thing to the side. The unstable mech could come over here and just eat this shot. And then the leap mech can deal with this guy, but this guy gets his shot off. See here, I can't... So the unstable mech actually can't interact with either of these enemies due to the positioning of the smoke clouds. Well, this smoke cloud. Yeah, alright. We just endure another hit. Alright, it doesn't actually help to shoot. Right? Yeah. It's alright. Early on is when you want to be losing grid power. We'll have plenty of time to make it back up. Alright, just a reactor core. So, for most of the game, a power and a reputation have similar value, but I think in the early game, a reputation is worth considerably more than a power. And honestly, maybe into the late game too, depending on how much power you actually have. So yeah, let's start by installing stuff here. It would help me a lot if this did 2 damage. We'll work toward double shot. Hopefully we'll be able to pick up a good item for him. Another piece of equipment that does good work when the legs will not, because they don't, you know, they're not always optimal. There are times when they are really not the thing I need. Try to line ourselves up so that if the beetles aim at us, they will not be hitting buildings if we move out of the way. Nope, turns out they don't care about us. Okay, well. So this guy's giving regeneration, plus 1 HP, and explode on death. Well... So I could move the nanomech to here. Hit this guy with the acid. Then move the unstable mech to here and shoot him. It backs the unstable mech into the nanomech, dealing 1 damage. But it does kill this guy. It makes this guy's attack just miss, and then we can just put some damage on the Scion Abomination. I guess if I have the leap mech jump here, and then have the unstable mech shoot from the side, it puts 3 damage on this guy and kills this guy. 2 damage, 1 push, and then 1 push. Our leap mech takes 3 damage that way. Because remember, there's an explosion, too. What about if I do it in the other order? Yeah, this is better. Because this gives the leap mech XP, or the heal on kill. Oh, that count the explosion chaining to this guy counted as his kill. That's cool. And then we just get you ready for next turn. I think that puts us in a pretty good place. Yeah, I was not expecting to get healed from the explosion. Okay, perfect. I was really, really hoping this guy was going to go somewhere irrelevant. So... I think we want to push him to here. And then do the jump in. Right, because this is going to be great. Yeah, that was a mistake, actually. Didn't think about that. Do I want to just finish you off? I was thinking we were going to finish this guy off, but I didn't count on the fact that the unstable mech doesn't actually have enough health. Or enough movement to get a shot on him. Well... we can just take this guy down, but unfortunately that's going to deal quite a bit of damage to me. I think I'd rather just block a spawn. Even though I can't repair in the smoke here. Because we'll get the Scion Abomination pretty easily this turn, I think. Boy, they're just... they're dedicated to making this easy. Yeah, as far as first islands go, I feel like this was pretty good. 2 members of our crew are level 2 already. Silica's almost, like, he's about halfway through it. I don't know that it really matters who I take this on, since they're both level 2 already. I think I'll just take the kill here. Obviously, we want to get this one on Calypso, because we want to get XP on our science pilot as much as possible. Although, I guess, actually, maybe that wasn't true, because we're probably about to trade him out. Well, we'll see. Maybe we won't want to take the Perfect Island pilot. Maybe the Perfect Island equipment reward will be better. Prospero's pretty good, and auto shields are pretty not. Okay. Yeah, Calypso, sorry, you're getting left in the dust a little bit here. Should I should probably swap Prospero onto here. Yeah, plus 2 HP right now for the nanomech sounds pretty good to me. So what do we have available? A sweet sword. Man, we can't not take that, right? That's a pretty good fit. It's not quite the spear, but honestly, there are situations where this is going to be better. You know what? We're just going to go all the way on Silica here. So this does only have one use per battle. It's worse than the spear in that way. But it will be very powerful when it's powerful. Alright, let's step up to the next island. So I'm trying to think, what's going to be the easiest? Pinnacle. I think Pinnacle's going to be the easiest. So that's what we'll do fourth. Detritus and Archive Ink are both probably not big problems. Here we have a Blast Scion, which I do hate very much. Maybe we want to get that out of the way. Yeah, I think let's do this. I don't think these are terribly different in difficulty. They both look like pretty tough islands. So we're gonna have to do Chronology Hall no matter what we want. No matter what order we do things in, we may as well get it out of the way. So we have to be really careful here. It's very, very easy to get into situations where it will be tough to fire with this guy. That said, also, the enemies will be just blowing themselves up for no reason some percentage of the time, so that's good. Okay, I think we probably just push this guy off, right? Not too worried about you. I think I want to jump. I could jump to push this guy up onto here, like stand here, jump to there, push him up onto the spawner. But I think I'd rather just blow him up. I don't want to have to deal with any additional spider babies. Oh, don't move, don't move. Oh, that's perfect. That's less perfect. Well, I mean, we can deal with this guy. Okay, so obviously, this is very compelling. And then all you have to do is make this guy dead. Actually, I don't. He's on fire. I can't actually reach a spawn, so yeah. That does put the tank in a position where it probably will not be able to contribute next turn. But also it's, yeah, probably not going to need to. So... I could block this spawner. I guess that doesn't really, like... Oh no, that lets me kill him while also blocking a spawn. If I do this, I take 2, then I heal for 1, then I take 1 from the spawner. Yeah, so we're good. Silica is rapidly approaching max level already. Now remember, power's a little bit different for us this game than it often is because we don't actually have to stockpile a bunch for a dangerous final battle. So we can let our power be a little bit lower this game than we often would. The sword pushes people back, right? Yeah, that's pretty cool. Giant robot sprinting across the battlefield and then striking a Vec into a lake with a giant sword. I don't know if it's more anime or less than the spear thing was, but it's all pretty good. Okay, wow, plus 2 HP on everybody, huh? Without me having to take the plus 2 health benefit. That's actually really handy. Having a big HP pool to work with is super important for the Hazardous mechs. Alright, try to bait them into shooting in columns where buildings are not. And that means that we can spend more of our early reactors on extra move instead of extra health, which I really appreciate. We got to get rid of this guy. This is a problem. That is also a problem. Well, he could not have done that from a more annoying position, could he? Huh. Well, I can jump to here and then sword these spaces. That'll do enough damage to kill both the Blast Scion and the Alpha Firefly, actually. It'll do 2 damage to this guy. It'll set me on fire. I'll take 2 damage. I'll be set on fire. I won't get any heals. I don't know, that's not true. What am I thinking? Yeah, it's just whenever you deal a killing blow. So actually, I'll get a bunch of heals. I'll take 1 damage. Yeah, it should be fine. You are a little bit more tricky. I guess, actually, that's not... No, we just tanked the shot. Yeah, it's not a big deal. Alright, so... Jump in. Use the sword. Alright, so we're going to lose 2 health, but it's not a big deal. And you can actually get dealt with right here. Okay. Yeah, not too bad. Just leap into battle dramatically and then heroically tank a shot right in front of the speeding train. That's an issue. That's a small issue. This is really bad, actually. That's really bad. How are we going to deal with this? I guess I won't die from the attack. I'll catch on fire, but the attack happens after fire damage for the turn, so I could just take this. And if I'm just taking this, that makes the rest of the turn much easier to figure out. Right, I probably just like walk over here, then jump to there. It does a bunch of damage to the Alpha Spider, kills this guy. Gives me a little bit of healing. So I would take 2, I would heal for 1, up to 2, then I would take fire damage and then building damage or blocking damage and then die. So actually that's not viable. I can just kill the dude. Right, we just like stand here and then jump to there. That solves the problem. It doesn't put any extra damage on the Alpha Spider, but it solves the problem. Like, we probably have to do this with the tank. Or, if I'm planning to just take this hit, I guess the nanomech can save the tank. How much does that help us? Like, what does that accomplish? Well, that lets me do this thing, push the Alpha Spider into the Firefly, with the tank instead. Yeah, let's have this be the plan for right now. So that's dealt with. And now you can make some other move. Honestly, maybe just stand on a spawner and repair yourself so you're not on fire anymore. Yes, now he has to repair on his next turn. This guy needs to not just do the thing, do the thing that I was certain he was going to do as soon as I said it. Alright. Okay. How about this? We use the unstable mech to finish off the mountain, right? Come down, just like shoot the mountain. Now, you just move somewhere, get out of the way, heal yourself so you don't die. And then we do this. And now we're good, right? We win. I could jump again, but I don't... Yeah, we could kill this guy, but You kill this guy by jumping to here, but I don't think there's any way my pilot survives that. Okay, left somewhat more enemies on the table than I'm used to. A little uncomfortable when there's this many Vec around attacking, but they were cool. Alright, the train survived. It's covered with acid, but I'm sure that's fine. Alright, what are we doing with this? You know, honestly, my first instinct is to put another use on the sword. Maybe it's not a good idea to gather all of our cores on one mech. But you know what? Flying would also be really useful, actually. Being able to get the unstable mech to where it needs to go is pretty important. Alright, well, we're definitely going to do the research center. Ooh, maybe we're not. I said definitely because I obviously I want the reputation stars, but do not kill the volatile Vec is actually... That's a tough one for us. Why don't we do this? I think there's a pretty good chance that we end up doing Antiquity Row and the Artifact Vaults. I don't want to try the volatile Vec thing with this squad. But if we do this first, then we can see about that mission that we don't yet have access to. That might end up being a better play. Alright, the Scorpions don't have range to get to any of the buildings, so they're definitely just going to go after us. Or they're going to go after nothing. That's a cunning strategy there. Well, we probably just push this guy back, right? Maybe I don't want to set that on fire. Probably a good idea to not be standing in the airstrike. The thing is, I don't actually know if I want to kill the Blast Scion here, because I don't really want to push this guy off the spawn. I could just use my sword to do it without pushing him off the spawn. But then I don't have my sword anymore. Yeah, I'm just gonna block this. Well, not much of a decision to make here. Then I guess probably repair yourself since you can't jump again. Okay. So we're going to have to be a little bit careful about how much damage we take from this point forward, because we are well over our bonus objective. Hopefully we can get stuff done without taking too much more. That's actually really annoying that he did that. So we actually kind of can't do anything here. Right, like the unstable mech really can only heal. The nanomech has to push this guy off. The leap mech can also pretty much just heal. I think this is mandatory. Silica can heal twice at least, which is good for our mission goal. So we take 2 more damage here. We have to end up netting 2 health. Which honestly doesn't seem that likely. Okay. These are good enemy types at least. Alright. Yeah, we got pretty lucky here. So... You can just move out of the way and heal. You can just heal. And he can, like, stand here and sword that way. No building damage, no mech damage. We narrowly accomplish our mission. That one got a little hairy. Also, we're going to get some XP here, which is cool. And hey, Silica took the smallest share. Lucky us. Wow, Andy pulled +1 move. I'm not going to lie, I would have preferred +1 reactor at some point in there, but I'll take it. So, we're not super good at defending stuff. Pretty easy for us to accidentally wreak a whole lot of havoc. There aren't that many buildings, though, and they're clustered up. So we have a lot of room to move around. I think we probably can get this done. Yeah, let's go for artifact vaults. So the elite mech has as much move as it needs to, basically, with all of the jumping and whatnot. So I guess we'll do it like this. I kind of wish I could put the flying mech over here, but we'll just have to deal with this. Unfortunately, the artillery thing only gets to move 1 space per turn. So it will not be able to contribute in any way right now. I guess that's not true. I can have it shoot this egg. If I do that, though, it ends up back here, and there's very little chance it's ever useful. That said, maybe that's fine, because maybe we're capable of getting this done on our own. So how do I deal with you? If I shoot this thing back onto the time pod, it's dead before it enters the square. Will that kill the time pod? I don't remember. Well, we can have the leap mech move to here, and then sword like this. Yeah, we're not actually in a tremendous amount of danger here. Alright, let's do this. Then we'll use the nanomech to grab the time pod for security and move you to here. And then we don't actually have to do anything else, but I want to do some other things. Right, this is pretty... well... Okay, if I do this first, we get to kill this guy. There we go. So 2 dangerous enemies dead, 1 spawn covered. Like I said, unfortunately, the artillery unit is probably out of the battle. But I think we're okay with that. I don't think it's a big deal. So the question is, do I want to move him down in an attempt to get him into this row? I think actually it's probably better to move him up. We can maybe fight things that are in this column with him. And then, like... you just jump to here and then probably repair yourself. And you can finish this guy off, and that way we get the XP where it needs to be. And Prospero just covers a spawn. Yeah, the eggs really aren't much of a danger to us. With the, you know, the holding us in place part. The spiders, on the other hand, can be a little bit of an issue. I'm trying to figure out how I want to do this. So... I can leap to here. That solves one problem pretty well. Then I kind of wonder if it's right to just leave the unstable mech where he is, blocking the spawn. It's a little bit awkward. Actually, we have no way of dealing with the Alpha Scarab then. I can push him back with the nanomech, but that doesn't actually stop him from doing damage. Okay, what I could do instead is leap, which I think will not cause Silica to be dead. Because I think he goes here to 0 and then back up instead of going to -1. I'm pretty sure this doesn't give you an XP for killing it, but this does. Yeah, we're good. Everything's fine. Then we can just do this. And this. I guess the question is, what do I want to do with you? I could just push that guy into the fire. That's probably the right thing to do. I was thinking we might want to have the unstable mech come over here so that when, or the nanomech, so that when the unstable mech shoots this guy, we shoot him back into that and do a damage, but actually I think I like this better. Because now this guy will burn to death before he gets another attack off. Alright, I do believe our artillery mech is going to save us here. Like, this is actually dealt with already. Oh, the unstable mech can't get to the side. And the leap mech can't deal with this guy because he has too much health. Yeah, Prospero needs more health. Or it needs more move, rather. Alright, hold on a second. Let's reset. Because we can just deal with this guy with the artillery instead. Yeah, we can do this. This is fine. Or sorry, not instead. It's going to have to be in addition to. Right, this isn't going to end with Silica's death. Yeah, he takes 4, but he heals for 1. Damage does not take you negative. And then we can't actually do anything that matters with the nanomech because this guy's already dead. And I'm pretty sure this, yeah, doesn't award any XP. That's a shame. I guess actually I could have leapt, but that doesn't accomplish anything because Silica's already max HP. Or max XP, rather. Alright, fingers crossed for something cool out of this pod. Okay, that's +3 grid defense. Well, that's 2 reputation. I don't think we're going to keep her, right? Like, yeah, mech unaffected by webbing and smoke is, well, it's not bad. We've certainly seen enough webbing. But +3 grid defense may as well be a blank slot, and this guy already has +2 mech HP. I think we're probably just trading her in. Alright, destroy 5 goos. This should not be a problem, I think. Actually, if I put the nanomech here, and it gets targeted by the scarab, we're going to be in an awkward position where the scarab can't be moved in 2 directions safely. So let's put this guy in a position where he's not orthogonally adjacent to any buildings. Okay, that's also awkward, but less so. So I probably do this and just push you out to the side. Or let me think here. So we have to get some pretty real damage onto this guy to actually kill him. And we do want to pop him as early as possible so we have time to get the other ones. the other goos that he spawns. So maybe... I mean, this is my first thought, right? But maybe that's wrong. His attack is going to move him forward. So it does not help us to push him back to here. Because he's just going to move off of it before his turn. But I could, like, sword him and then also... I could sword him and then jump to here. Pushes that guy to there, which doesn't really help. Well, except that I can then push him again. Yeah, actually I like that. Just burning our sword really early here, but... then we can just finish him off, I guess. And push this guy to the side. Yeah, it's a shame we have to push with the cannon attack, because otherwise this would be pretty cool. Probably not the right thing to do in this situation. I mean, it does remove both of these enemies at the cost of 1 power. Wait, is it the right thing to do? No, you know what I should probably do? It's just, I can kill this guy with the unstable mech. And then we can just tank this hit here. And I guess I'll hit you with the acid, because why not? Okay, spider spawner is not ideal. Please don't move before spawning stuff. Aww. This jump was looking pretty good. I mean, we can jump twice. Right, jump to here, get some kills, jump to here, get a... That's actually really good. Look at all of the violence. I'm not 100% sure what... Oh, you know what? I was going to say, I'm not 100% sure what happens if we push this guy in the water, but that's right. He's the boss, so he's massive, so he can be in the water. Well, then he won't mind taking a little bath. Oh, that was ideal. Now we get to do this. Okay, so now we only have to kill 1 goo on the final turn, and we only have 1 non-goo enemy spawning. And we have lots of our guys where the goo can reach, so hopefully... Nope, no such luck. I was going to say hopefully the goo won't attack too many buildings. Well... This would be a good time to still have a sword left. Well, I could just endure the 1 building damage for a pretty good clear. And then that makes it really easy, right? We can just push this guy off with the acid and deal with this guy with the unstable mech. If the unstable mech could move 1 more space, I'd prefer to do it the other way around, but I think I'm willing to eat 1 power damage for this, because I think it's a very good solution. And hey, maybe nothing bad will happen at all. So we push you off. We deal with you. And this would only be 4 damage and would recreate the the problem here. So why don't we just repair? That feels pretty good. So we got 1 alpha guy covered in acid and then 2 new spawns. Okay, and most of the things the enemies chose to do this turn have no value at all. Which I really appreciate. Okay, so this is lethal now. It does cause me to be on fire a little bit more than I usually like, but I'll survive it. And he's dead now. He'll burn. And then we like... Don't think I can get any other kills here. Just push you off and then... Yeah. Okay, nothing else to do. Honestly, I think for the end of the second island, we're in a really good place here. We've gotten a couple of lucky grid defenses this episode. But I like to think I would still be doing alright even without them. Okay, so mech can move through enemy units. That's not bad. I think we're taking him, at the very least, we're taking him as a hedge for more power. So, let's figure this out. Or more reputation, rather. So mechs gain +1 move if they start their turn adjacent to each other. Not really awesome. A no-damage version of the jump. I gotta say, I'm not really impressed with any of these. We could just go for the micro-artillery and accept the fact that it's very expensive. Yeah, I think we're getting rid of both of you. We're probably going 3 cores and something that costs 2. Something that we may end up just selling. You know, our options for pushes are a little limited right now. Yeah, alright. It's not great, but I do think it's the best of the options we had there. So yeah, we'll give this to you. You know, I think we're dealing enough damage now that this is maybe a really, really good investment. And then we could go +1 damage each, so then we have 3 damage on the unstable cannon, or we could go for an extra use on the sword. Honestly, I think this is the right way to go. We find a lot of opportunities to do cool stuff with that sword. Alright, well, this is going alright. I think we're well on the way here, so thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time. We're going to do Detritus, and then Pinnacle Robotics, and then we're done with all of the achievements for the basic squads. So we're just a couple of weird squad runs away from seeing that secret team. Come back next time for that stuff. That's the outro, and we'll see you then.